Anything can happen in the woods. You can undo a curse, find love, lose a friend, gain a family. This week, we take a look at the 1991 recording of the original Broadway production of Into the Woods. Joining us this week is no stranger to Broadway productions. Tonight, we welcome Amanda, the Theater Maven.
Hi, what's up? I'm Amanda.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chad, and you found your way to the 130th episode of the now award-winning podcast. We used to talk about this at work. All right, so yes, sorry. It took us a couple weeks to actually talk about this on the show proper, but we did win an award. We're so happy. We did it. And now look at us.
It's crazy. Like, I know we've talked about this before on the other episode, but it still boggles the mind. I appreciate everybody who voted for us, and we've been doing something right. We won this award against the categories other people we was going against.
Yes. I was actually trying to transition that into like our guests, like to show that, hey, we won an award. Now look at who we got. But you kind of.
Oh, no. It's okay. Because within these things we're going through, that we big balling out here, that we can get top notch. Before we was nominated, we were struggling from the bootstraps. We were scraping the butt. Nah, I don't
we were sending no, I know. We were sending messages to people and that shit was just going straight to spam. But now look at
right. Us. But now that we award winning, we got these big timers on the podcast, and we appreciate that.
So officially, we'd like to welcome Amanda. How are you doing this evening, miss?
Hey, I'm good. Congratulations on your award.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
But right now it's not about us. Who are you?
Okay. I'm a theater YouTuber. I mainly make content about Broadway shows, mostly musicals because that's what I'm really into. But I want to get into plays and off-Broadway stuff. But yeah, I'm a theater YouTuber, content creator, all about theater, mostly Broadway.
So what do you remember, like, the first show you saw, like, live?
The first show I saw, it was The Producers.
Ooh.
Yeah, but here's the thing about The Producers. I don't remember much about the show itself because I saw it in the 5th grade on a school trip. I live in New York, and so a program that they have for school kids is that every so often they'll send kids to go see Broadway shows, and we got to see The Producers. But I thinking about it now, I don't think that was a great show for us to see.
No, it wasn't. Not 5th graders.
No,
high school, yes, not 5th grade.
Quick question: as some of us who have not seen Producers, give us a brief synopsis of what it's about.
These two producers are trying to put on a show. Essentially, that's like kind of like what I remember. But not really. I don't.
They're trying. So basically, if you put on a Broadway show and it's a flop, it lost money, but you can essentially do not money laundering, but like you can like kind of basically steal money from the production. So they put on the worst production that they can think of, a play about Hitler.
See, I don't even remember all that
because they're trying to make sure it bombs. So they make a play called Springtime for Hitler, like where he goes like basically his spring break. Yeah. It's a comedy. It's a comedy.
Okay.
Why are 10-year-olds watching this is the question.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't remember that. I don't. So The Producers is my first show, but I'm going to consider The Lion King as my first real show.
That's more appropriate for your age range.
Right.
But so also it's an amazing production.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. The Lion King is so great. I actually still have the plushie that I bought I don't know if you can see it up there. It's like really,
Yeah.
really, it's right there. The tag is on it and everything. So The Lion King, I saw it in high school, and that's because we convinced our teacher to send us to go see The Lion King because we were like, hey, we are such good students and we did so well. Please let us see The Lion King. And they were like, you know what? Sure, why not? We'll make it happen.
You
And
know what?
so we got to see The Lion King.
That's funny. So, your name, your YouTube page is the Theater Maven. What are the origins of that?
I thought it sounded cool.
Okay.
Before my YouTube channel was just my name, and I didn't feel like that really described what my channel was or what I wanted it to be for my audience. So I was like, you know what? Let me call myself the Theater Maven, kind of like the theater connoisseur.
Yes.
I don't see myself as a connoisseur yet, because I have a ways to go. I don't feel like I'm an expert in all things Broadway or theater, but I believe in calling yourself what you hope to be in the future. So I will be a theater connoisseur, and let me just call myself that now. So
I
yeah.
love it. So
No, good shit.
How long have you been a content creator?
Okay. So I think my first video, I probably uploaded it in like 2013. But like I haven't been consistent since then, to be honest.
Right.
Um, so
So
maybe
how long has the Theater Maven been alive? How about that?
okay, maybe like a year. Maybe like a year.
Okay.
Um, we're working on it. We're working on it.
Okay. So walk us through your process. Like I had your page. Oh, here's. So like you're like I'm looking at your page right now. Your most recent video was in defense of SpongeBob the musical.
Yeah.
So like walk us through the process. Like why did what got you to that? What is your like your scripting, like your editing? Like walk us through it. Walk us
Mhm.
through a video.
Okay, so I don't plan out what shows I'm going to see. It's very like today I feel like seeing a show, so let's go see a show. Um, so if I do decide to go see a show, I tend to like vlog the process, like what's inside the theater, what are the views like from the mezz, from the balcony, from the orchestra. Only because like, some of the people that go see or who go and watch my videos, they're not all from New York. And even if they are from New York, they don't necessarily have access to Broadway. So, if one day someone decides to go see a show, they have views from like,
Yeah,
different parts
different
of the theater.
angles. Yeah.
Right. So I vlog the inside. I try to see the show, like watch the show as a fan first. Um, and obviously I put my critical thinking cap on, but I try to see it as a fan first. And then during intermission, I'll write down some notes, watch act two. I do my best to record the curtain call. That's not always possible because sometimes the ushers are like, why are you recording the show? And it's like, I'm not recording the show. I just need the curtain call.
Right.
I record the curtain call, sometimes sneakily. And then I jot down notes on my way home. And then I don't script my videos because I feel like that slows down my process. I kind of like talking freely.
Okay.
So I'll do some bullet notes. I'll film,
Mm.
edit, post, and that's it.
I am also a fan of the bullet notes. I don't like being married to like specific things,
Yeah, yeah. Like
What do
at
you
this point, this is what you say. Like, no.
yeah, just like, oh yeah, remember to talk about actor or a
Right.
plot point. Yeah. What do you edit on?
Adobe.
See, this is now we're here. We're here now. We are here now.
I like Adobe.
I love Adobe. Like, are you a Mac person or a Windows person?
Mac.
Okay.
I'm Mac.
Because it's like I can't stand Final Cut. It's like it's too restrictive. It's like if I want to have my video here and my audio all the way over here not attached to anything, then let me do that. Don't tell me everything got to be together.
What is Final Cut? We don't use that here. What
I
is
mean,
that?
Matt uses it, but that's just because no, that's just
I'm
because he's
still
in
learning.
Japan.
I'm still learning.
Okay.
Well, I have a quick question. You brought up the SpongeBob and what's wrong with it. So we reviewed that, and I'm curious your thoughts on that one because I don't know how much information Chad has given you about me is I do
Very
not like
little.
musicals. I do not like musicals. So the way we have bridged myself in is like the first one was a SpongeBob musical. We reviewed this. So I'm curious of like what was your thoughts on the SpongeBob musical?
Okay. Okay, so let me say something. I don't like SpongeBob. I never was a fan of the show. And so when SpongeBob the musical came out, I was just like, I know this is going to be garbage because the show, in my opinion, is garbage. But I went and I saw it and I was like, this is incredible. This is
Mm-hmm.
so much better than I
Mm-hmm.
thought it would
Mm-hmm.
be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, SpongeBob took me by surprise. I thought it was good. Thought it was great actually. And one of the things that I really appreciated about SpongeBob was the fact that the did you guys see it in New York or
We watched the recording.
you guys were recording?
The one that was on Nick. Whatever
Oh,
came on television.
okay. So you guys missed out on something because the theater itself was so immersive. And I feel like that's something that a lot of productions don't take into consideration when putting in shows. Like they forget that like the audience can also be part of the show if you just, I don't know, make the theater more immersive. Like I'm talking like props and like
Yeah.
everything. The actors would come
Mhm.
in and just like talk to the audience and whatnot. It felt like you were in Bikini Bottom. And so I think that also made the experience of seeing SpongeBob that much better.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought SpongeBob was great. So the fact that people are just like, ew, Ariana Grande is dating SpongeBob. It's like,
I
guys,
mean, well, I
it's
mean,
not that bad.
to be fair, he is cheating on his wife. To be fair,
Okay, yes. Okay, yes, definitely. But like I'm thinking of it more on the side of like the production. I don't really care about like them as like a couple or whatever. I don't think the show should get dunked on because they're bad people. Because
also,
No, because I was like, when I was like, oh, he a good singer though.
yeah,
He
yeah,
a good singer. He a good actor too. All the jumping and stuff he was doing during the show, good for her.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
good for her.
but also like I feel like it is also like blasphemy because traditionally the actor that plays Bach in Wicked gets with the actress that plays Nessa in real life. So for him to get with Glinda is not appropriate. If we are going by traditional Broadway standards.
Well, I don't know. People are weird. Actors are actors. I don't know.
But no, I feel the same. Like I don't care for the show either myself, but I loved the musical.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
But okay, so we're all content creators here. You know, that algorithm can be something else. How have you felt about your journey into YouTube?
Okay.
Yeah,
As
we're getting real here. Yeah.
right, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things I can be doing on my end to grow more.
Okay.
I try my best though not to let the numbers or like the comments weigh me down because that's something that could definitely mess up your creative process.
Yeah.
One of the most important things when it comes to me growing is remembering that there's always a person behind the comment, always. And a lot of times, the people behind the comments don't really care about you as a person. So don't take anything they say personally. Like, I got some comments the other day where somebody was like, you're entitled to your opinion, but your opinion stinks. Something to that effect. And I had to remember that my content is mostly about me reviewing stuff.
Yeah.
People who watch my stuff are interested in my opinion. And I don't create my content isn't an end all be all. I don't consider my content to be like godly. It's just there as a discussion starter. So that's I actually respond to most of the comments on my channel, even the
Girl,
negative
what
ones
you
sometimes.
doing? What you doing, girl?
No, I do because like I don't know. I try to be like, listen, they're people, and let me just respond. Listen, it's not anything crazy. I just said, it's a discussion and talk about what you like and didn't like about my videos. Now, can that be a problem? Most definitely. And you have to pick and choose what you watch, what you respond to, and that's also part of me growing as a content creator. But
and that's my biggest thing is
yeah,
like they always say like what's I forget the percentage. It's like 40% is always going to agree with you. The other 40% is not, and the other 20% is just going to be indifferent.
right.
So it depends on how you engage, and it's like we do get feedback, but it's not like monstrous feedback to where like every single episode we get people are comment on it. So like the feedback we do get, we do respond back to it. But like I can imagine like if every like the video we posted, they were all like, "Oh, we hate this, we hate this, oh this." Eventually, like at first you'll be like, "Oh yeah, well this is my thoughts and this is my opinions," but eventually it's going to turn defensive and it's going to be like, well, fuck you, man. And it's gonna be something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that, and that's why part of me growing, like I pick and choose what comments to respond to. Like even the negative ones, like I pick and choose. Like I had this one, I know we're talking about YouTube, but like I had this video that went, I'm not gonna say it went viral, but it got a lot of likes on Instagram, and people were racist under the comments. And it was partly, I mean, the video topic in and of itself was discussing racism, but then the comments was just like, all right, this is too much. So I just had to delete them, delete a whole bunch of comments because like it's unnecessary. And I think that's part of growing, realizing that, you respond to some things you don't respond to, and the ones that you don't respond to, you have full reign to delete. Like you don't have to tolerate disrespect in that way. So yeah.
And I 100% agree with that, to where like as content creators, we're doing our thing, and this is not a what's the word I'm looking for? We can negotiate how we do this. If I put this out and this is a response, it's perfectly fine to delete this and move on, because this is not the response I wanted. I'm not going to backtrack what I said, but your response to it is unwelcoming, and I don't want that. And it's just like I'm about to put my captain content creator hat on. We need to protect our peace of mind. Everybody's not going to enjoy what we say or whatever. They might not agree with, but there's always a place of how you do this. And if people do not like it, like me, my block, quick. Like I am not trying to hit, like, it's one thing to disagree. We can all disagree on things. Everybody's not going to like the Flash. I'll bring up the Flash again because we love the Flash. People didn't. But it's a whole nother thing when you cross the line to disrespect and everything else like that. And there's blocking. We are trying to do this for fun and everything like that. So I completely agree.
So here's my question to Matt, since you brought up the Flash specifically. That review that I made for that, we got so much engagement, and like I stopped looking at YouTube Studio because of like the comments. Did you delete anything?
No, I didn't. No, because to me that's normal engagement. When they start crossing the line, saying like,
yeah, you don't even
like
have to finish
profanities,
you don't
like
have to finish
nothing about the discussion, then that's the stuff I think we should delete. But if they were like, "Oh no, you guys are wrong because of the VFX and all this other stuff," that's normal. That's the discussion that we're looking for. We're looking for engagement with our audience. But when they cross a line and then it's like, "Oh, because you're this, because you're that," and everything else like that, that's the stuff I don't tolerate, and we move on from there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be taking a trip to New York this January. Yes, I know it's a terrible fucking time to go to New York, but hey, Southwest has a sale, okay?
Okay.
Hey, I want you to take a picture of those rats that they be saying is out there. Those pizza rats.
Oh, wow.
I need to look. I need to look at my pictures.
Hey, yes.
From the last time I was there.
My brother who just left New York, and just like that, I'm stereotyping with him with the jokes that we have in our group chat. I'm stereotyping online all the stuff that I see online with you. You guys don't have pizza rats out there?
I mean, yeah, but like you didn't have to bring it up.
Also, okay. Let me take it back. Also, while you're there, I want you to see those bodega cats. Is that good?
Wow, you mean the store owners? They own the store. Calm down.
Oh, hey, sorry, I'm not from. I'm basing this all off of social. Get a bacon, egg, and cheese. I don't. I'm
Wow.
sorry. I
Man,
do all the stereotypes. All the
man,
stereotypes.
you're gonna get a fucking Tim thrown at your head, man.
That's a stereotype yourself.
Yeah,
They don't all wear those.
No, I know. But anyway, I'm gonna be taking a trip to New York in January, and I was wondering, do you have any recommendations for shows?
Okay. In January,
Mm-hmm.
do you like, well, I'm only gonna recommend musicals because that's what I really like.
Yeah,
I think
that's what we want to see.
okay, good. I think everyone should see Hadestown. Hadestown
Mm.
is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's the story of Eurydice and Orpheus, so like Greek mythology, and Hades and what Persephone. It is so bittersweet, but it's worth the watch anyway. Um, heads up though, the musical is sung through, so that's something to keep in mind. I know some
Yeah.
people don't like shows where they're just like sung through, but it is so beautiful, so
What
amazing.
specifically do you mean sung through?
They don't really
No
talk.
yeah, no talking, no dialogue.
Oh, so it's all singing.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
Okay,
easy to
okay.
follow. It's easy to follow. So definitely check out Hadestown.
But okay, so anything that, as you are aware of, is not on national tour.
Not a
Be-
national
because
tour.
we got that here last year.
Did you guys see Shucked?
What is that?
Shucked is a musical about corn. It's
Oh,
corny.
yeah, yeah. One of the leads is a black woman, right? I remember seeing that poster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, one more time. Say it one more time.
On the poster, there's a black woman, and I'm assuming she's a lead.
One of the leads, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we should see the corn one. Okay.
See corn, see Shucked.
Yeah.
They have this like really secretive thing about what the show is about. They just say it's about corn. Come see it. So I'm not going to spoil it. It's about
Okay.
corn. It's corny. Keep that in mind. It is corny, but
Well, actually,
it's fun.
real quick, can you spoil Grey House? Because like I wanted to see it, but then
Oh,
it's already done.
yeah, Grey House isn't playing anymore.
Yeah.
But I have mixed feelings about Grey House, actually. I saw it. Grey House is okay, so I went to see it because Tatiana Maslany is in it.
I love her so much.
So good, right? Oh my gosh,
Oh,
she's so amazing.
Matt, she's She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you, Chad.
Got to keep
Chad.
you in the conversation, baby.
Hey, man, I was gonna let y'all rock, but go ahead.
Grey House. Okay, Broadway doesn't really do horror,
Yeah.
and I think Grey House was its attempt at doing horror. It didn't do so well, in my opinion. There were aspects of the show that I think could have been done better narratively. There were choices that characters made that didn't make sense at all. But despite that, I still hope that Broadway still puts on like shows similar to this because we need to diversify the genres that we have like on Broadway. But Grey House tells a story about this couple that gets stuck in a snowstorm and they see this like random cottage like in the area. They go in and spoiler, turns out that there's people living in this cottage, but they're not what they seem. Turns out they're all ghosts of children who were like abused by men and abused in general from the past. And what they do is that they kind of like capture people who end up getting like stuck in this cottage and they feed them like juices of their past abusers so that they get stuck and that they can swap places and move on to the afterlife.
And this is a musical?
It's not a musical, it's a play.
Oh, okay. As I say, that's wild for them to sing about this.
Yeah. I mean, could they have done things better? Yes, because like the story kind of gets muddled in like the second act, and that's like a theater thing. I think all shows get a little muddy in the second act of their show.
Yeah.
But Yeah, this one especially. And like it tried to be all scary. It wasn't scary. It was creepy, but it wasn't scary. I feel like it had all the aspects of what should be scary, but it just didn't hit the mark. And then at the end, Tatiana Maslany's character is like, well, I'm getting the hell out of here. Like, I'm not going to stay. Are you crazy? But I think it's her husband, he ends up getting trapped and a little girl leaves, like they swap places or whatever. And she's like, well, I'm not staying. I'm not staying. But then she looks at the kids and she's like, you know what? I'm going to stay. It doesn't make sense. It didn't really like why stay? These are strangers and like they're already dead. Like it doesn't matter. It wasn't that great.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. But
right.
I do want to see more scary stuff on Broadway.
Yeah. So what can we expect from your channel next?
Okay, so the next thing that I'm hoping to put out real soon is a review on Jaja's African hair braiding. It is a play. I don't know much about it. I try not to spoil myself too much before seeing it, but I'm excited because the actress that was in Black Panther, the one that Shuri helped, do you remember her? I think her name is Dominique Thorne.
Oh, Riri Williams, yeah.
Yes, she is in the show right now.
Ironheart.
Yes, Ironheart. She's in it.
That's funny that since Marvel tripping and won't release her show, she like, oh shit, hold up. Broadway, y'all got something for you, girl?
There you go. But she's in it. I'm excited to see her. The show is also written by I believe it's written by Jocelyn Bio. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Who was that? Who was that?
Oh, yes. She wrote a show called The African Mean Girls Play, and I did not get to see it. I didn't get to see it. So I was like, the next thing she puts out, I have to see. So that's why I'm going to go see the show.
I mean, there are places on YouTube where you might be able to see it.
Yeah, I know. But like, okay, so here's like my hot take. I might get like backlash for this. I am actually not a big fan of Broadway bootlegs.
I mean, some of us are in a much more privileged position than others.
I know. But like, hear me out. And it's not like an elitist thing, or maybe it is.
No,
again,
it is, but it's okay.
I'm sorry. But here's my thing, right? I feel like bootlegging or pirating television shows and movies makes more sense because like they're meant to be seen on screen. But like, I don't know, bootlegging a live show just doesn't feel the same. Like, would I rather see Beyonce live or through someone's phone? I want to see Beyonce live.
I mean, but that's the thing though, because like, yes, they've been recording Beyonce, they've been recording Taylor Swift, but then they'll put it together in a package for you to see if you can't see it on concert. How many of these
package? Huh? I'd rather watch the package.
I hear you, but the problem with Broadway, how many of these shows with specific cast arrangements do they record but never release?
And I hear that. I just don't watch them.
Heard.
because when Hamilton, right? The Hamilton craze came out. I sound so horrible. I'm sorry, guys. Everyone's probably gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh my gosh, Amanda's so elitist." I apologize.
Don't apologize for speaking your truth.
Exactly. Let the haters hate.
Like when Hamilton came out, like people sent me bootlegs. I did not watch them because I was just like, well, if I'm not gonna see it live, like what's the point? I don't know. Eventually I did see it live, but like, I don't know. It feels weird watching something live through a screen unless it was filmed in a way where it's supposed to be for the screen.
I'm with you. I mean,
that's like the Beyonce. Beyonce is going to come out with her, I guess, production of her tour. Mm-hmm. And for people who are unable to go to the tour, this would be their way of seeing this. Right. I get that.
But then, like, what if I really want to see a Grey House, but I can't get to New York? Well, what options do I have to never see it?
No. Here's the thing. That's totally fine. You go. I'm not against people who watch bootlegs. Go ahead, watch a bootleg. I just don't.
It's just not for me. I can go see it, so why wouldn't I?
I mean,
it's just like some things, like, for example, Top Gun Maverick. Everybody kept telling me that's something you need to see in the theater. Sure, you can see it at home, but it's not going to do it justice. So, like, some things you need to see in its actual form or
Yeah.
production or whatever like that to get the full ambiance and everything about it. But I
I get
guess if
that.
you don't have those means and you still want to see it, then you got to see it
You
whatever
gotta do
means you can
you
get
gotta
to
do
it.
what you gotta do.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
last resort. Like if I could see it live, I'll see it live. And then, if I can't, maybe I'll look at a bootleg or slime tutorial.
There you go.
And
There you go.
I don't see these plays coming out to Japan, so I'll be watching on any means
You
necessary.
don't like
But
musicals, so
that's true.
stop.
Hey man, I thought we was just vibing. I was giving it. You're right. Even if it was here, I probably wouldn't see it. No,
Right.
let take that back. I would not see it
Right.
unless it was part of this podcast.
Yeah. So lightly transitioning, you are about to go to New York Comic Con.
Yes, I am. I'm going to Comic-Con. I am super excited because I feel like I haven't been to New York Comic-Con in a long time. I've been to like Comic-Con in the past, but like I kind of took a break because I had a horrible experience in 2021. Um,
Oh,
but
you went
yeah,
to that one?
so in 2021 I went to Anime NYC. I
Okay.
feel bad, but like I'm sorry. It
You
wasn't.
want to elaborate?
Yeah, it was essentially LimeCon. I was like standing outside for like 3 hours because they couldn't figure out how to let us in properly. I honestly think, and like this is an issue I'm seeing like across the board. It got worse after COVID, but then
Mm-hmm.
there's like other conventions. Like I hear people talking online about how like their experience is just really, really bad. I personally feel it's because too many people are into anime, which isn't, it sounds like it's a bad thing, but like when you have so many people into anime and obviously they want a place where they can like fully geek out and whatnot, the convention needs to accommodate for that. It's either you sell less tickets or increase the quality in a different way. And I feel like conventions and organizers are increasing the price without increasing the quality. So
I feel that.
yeah.
I absolutely feel that. Like also like the last two conventions I went to D23 last year, and then um I went to New York Comic Con. And something that I don't care for that's happening now is that in their attempt to like reduce like people standing around in lines, they're like, oh yeah, before the convention, pre-register for like whatever this event is online. That way when you get there, you can just, your numbers up and then you just go up and scan in. But the thing is like people still line up. And
Yep.
so like my dumb behind, I'm like, oh cool. Let me see what's at the top of the line. Oh, okay, they're giving out free signed books. So I'm getting in line. And then I get to the head of the line. They're like, okay, let me scan you in. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, I don't care for that.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a very big mess now.
Or like even worse, people just like skip, or like, and that's another thing too. Like sometimes I feel like the volunteers aren't really like trained. They don't know how to
Mm-mm.
deal with like the the mass of people that are there, or they only volunteer so that they have a way into the
Right.
convention. So
Yeah.
sucks.
So, what are you looking forward to at New York Comic Con?
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I hear that they're gonna have a One Piece exhibit thing, so I'm gonna try to take pictures over there. But honestly,
Send those my way.
but honestly, my favorite part about Comic-Con in general is the cosplayers. Seeing the
Mm-hmm.
cosplayers,
Mm-hmm.
watching them dress up, and heading over to like Artist Alley. I'm
Mm.
going to Comic-Con so I can spend money. The little money I got, I'm gonna spend it.
Are you into
So a
panels?
question.
Oh, you go, man.
Oh no, I'm saying, are you going to dress up?
So I last time I went to a con, I dressed up as Usopp. just was Usopp. But this year, I'm gonna do something very, very casual. I'm just gonna wear Law's t-shirt, like his shirt with his like tattoos and stuff, and then his bucket hat. And that's it. Very chill. I don't like carrying around props. It's just heavy after a while. Nah.
This year, I'll be dressing up as for Halloween, Gear Fifth Luffy. I already
Nice.
have the clothes. I just got to get the wig, the
Mhm.
white. The wife is gonna dye my eyebrows and everything else like white.
Ooh.
But
Nice.
that's what I'll be doing this year for Halloween.
Are you gonna
Nice.
But
can you have your son record some of that so we can put a little something together for a tickety talk?
oh yeah, of course, because the thing is, he like I've been One Piece since I got back here 2019. Now they finally allowed on Japanese Netflix for them to have the English version. So now my son is watching it, he's catching up and everything. And he was like, "Oh, daddy, I want to be this character and everything else like that." But I'm like, dude, you already said you wanted to be this. So we already bought his costume, but now he wants to be part of this. So it's okay. It's like the same thing with the One Piece live action. Like I've had like anybody who knows me knows I love One Piece. So whenever One Piece stuff happens, they come to me. When the live action came out, everybody was like, "Oh, this, and that." And I'm like, I appreciate that because now you're getting people who never would have watched the 1,000 plus episodes. They're watching One Piece and they're like, "Oh, I love this." So then I gotta like, well, you see how you love this, but you know, this didn't really happen this way, and then it builds on this way, and I'm trying to explain to them how you get more effect. But I'm just happy that more people are watching One Piece now.
Honestly, 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 I'm not gonna lie. The live action actually made me like love One Piece even more, if that's even
Yes,
possible. You know,
yes,
right?
yeah.
I kind of want to like reread the manga from like the very beginning. Like that's how much I'm just like, yes, One Piece. Like any One
My
Piece
only
anyway, I love
downside
it.
was I didn't like is how they focus on Kobe. That's my only downside to where like people outside are like, "Oh, Kobe's the main character," and I'm like, "No, Kobe is not a main character. Kobe is a side character that you see you don't see at all. It's random when you see him, but because
Right.
of the live action, they're like, "Oh, Kobe's the main character of this," and I'm like, "No, he's not."
Yeah. I think that's just like an issue with like oops, sorry. With Western storytelling. You know, like you have like the main plot, but then like you have the subplot, and like I guess they had to fill it up with something. So they did the whole Kobe Garp storyline thing, which
Mhm.
I was not a huge fan of. I didn't like that, but
Nah, neither did I.
you know, it
My
is what
thing
it
is
is.
this it's just a gate, like I took it as it's a homage to us people who watch One Piece. Hey, this is how we visualize it on live action, and for newcomers, hey, this is a shortened version for you guys to look at it, to hopefully they look at it and be like, "Oh, I like this, let me check out the anime," and then we can go from there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I hope they do.
Me
It'll be
So
too.
amazing.
so Matt, this morning, you text me and you said that you had an idea for a movie. So can you pitch, the strike is over. Amanda and I are producers. Pitch us.
All right. So this came about because I was listening to you and Jared's review of
The creator.
The Creator. And you guys were talking about how they did not flush out uh outside entities and they were only focused on the main characters. For some reason, my brain got me thinking, how would you guys feel like honestly a romantic comedy, like a
Mm,
legit romantic comedy,
okay.
but it's set in superhero world? You can DC, Marvel, whatever your profession is, but I just feel like as they go through their day to day, like romantic comedy stuff just happens. Like, oh, I'm gonna take you out on this weekend, blah blah blah, and they set up this date, and next thing you know, superhero X through their car out a window or whatever, like, or in a building or whatever like
So
that. It's just like,
are these regular people trying to date in a
yes,
world of superheroes? Okay.
correct. Yeah, regular people trying to date, and this is like, this is not a new thing. So this is like Avengers world 10 years down the line where they know these type of things are going to happen. But I just feel like it'll be a comedy wise, and you have the romantic part will be just interesting to see. Like, oh, we'll take you here. Oh no, we got to go here. But no, they have a fight right here, and emphasis would not be on the superheroes.
Yeah, it's just
They
something
would be
in the
the
background.
They be in the background players, but the whole story is based off the romantic comedy with superhero elements in the background of like, oh, we was about to go to the Starbucks. Never mind. They just smashed the Starbucks and we got to go do something else, something like that. I feel like that would be an entertaining movie.
All right, Amanda, are we greenlighting this?
I think it needs a little bit more work. What's the conflict?
Oh.
You know,
all right,
like,
I accept that. I accept that.
I like it.
Okay.
But
okay.
what issues are the couples is the couple going through aside from dealing with like superhero shenanigans? You know,
It's basic rom-com stuff. So I would
Misunderstandings.
throw I would throw right. I'll throw in some misunderstandings to where we thought we was here, we wasn't here, we break up, or no, we super in love here, we break up, but I realized no, I really do love you. It's like that kind of simple rom-com. Just it's not as simple as let's meet up here and do some things. It's not. We can't do that because my car was thrown through a window type of thing.
Okay, maybe like
all right.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Or like
say
maybe
this now. There's not really substance to it, but so now I need help now.
or like maybe like one person in the couple thinks that like the other person is like maybe into a superhero and like now they have to compete with the person's love or something, but like whole time like they're not even into the superhero and the superhero finds out and is like, I'm gonna help you get back with your person, but it looks like they're dating even though they're not. I don't know.
Well, I kind of want to spin off that where like one of the people in the relationship thinks the other person is a super because of like how inconsistent they are on some stuff. But by the end of it, we learn they aren't a super, they just suck.
Okay.
Because this is a comedy, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
But it's a fun idea.
I like it.
I like putting this out on the podcast just because if like
we have it on the record.
Right, where it's like I came up with this
for the record.
My idea.
For the record, when this is an episode of The Boys, we're going to sue the shit out of Amazon, okay?
Right.
I love it.
Watch this be like the finale of Gen V, and they recorded it like months ago.
Right, because they'd have the writer, so they was like, "Oh, we better take that one."
Right.
Also, you saw something called Reptile. What is Reptile?
Okay, so quick. Reptile is a TV show. Is it a TV show or movie? I forget now. It is a movie on Netflix to where it is about a detective who has to find a. Okay, let me tell you. Justin Timberlake plays the boyfriend. Timberlake. Yeah, Justin Timberlake.
No, I'm playing.
Justin Timberlake plays the boyfriend of a realtor, and she end up getting mercifully killed. And it's up to this detective to figure out who does it. And it's very good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is good. As far as the twists and turns, I'm not gonna give no spoilers, but it's about a detective has to go through, interview people just to figure out what's going on. I enjoy this a lot. I give it 4 stars on Letterboxd. It's on Netflix.
Just come out?
Yes, like in the last week and a half or so.
Because it says Benicio del Toro is also in it, and
yeah, he's a lead.
Alicia Silverstone.
Now, pause the story real quick. Now, normally we don't do this, I gotta give her props. Alicia,
we don't give people
fine as hell in this movie. Fine as hell in this movie. She thick. She like fine as hell in this. Like this is not the Alicia Silverstone that you see in Clueless. Like she thick as hell. I love it. Like when I seen this, I was like, where has she been? Why she hasn't been acting? Alicia Silverstone, she was on it in this.
I'm gonna be so honest. I did not know you were gonna say that. When you was like, we don't normally do this. I'm like, we get praise all the time. She thick as fuck. I'm like, whoa.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Cause like it's a surprise. It's a surprise. But you be like, you see her face, you're like, oh, that's Olivia Clueless, blah blah blah. And then they show her body. He was like, God damn, I didn't know she was all of that. So I was surprised. Maybe you already knew that, but it was a surprise to me.
This is news to me.
Oh no, watch it. You gonna be like, God damn.
So you hear that? You know what?
That Clueless is feeding her well.
No way.
Those residuals.
right. Yeah. She like, and I'm saying like thick in a bad way. I'm like thick in a good way.
No, we know what you meant.
I think I figured that out.
We
right. Like
we were tracking. We were tracking.
Places. Yeah, right. Okay, making sure. So she's in this
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah. So honestly, like it's a good detective like who done it? Let me figure this out. Interview these multiple people, figure it out. It is a really good movie. So if you got time, check out on Netflix Reptile. You won't be disappointed.
Okay. So I only got one thing this week. Been juggling a lot of stuff. But so I work from home 4 out of 5 days a week. And so, if my work computer's not acting properly, then I have to go to work, like in the office. So, I don't know what it was, but my work computer would not connect to my dock at all. Like I kept unplugging and plugging the wire in. I restarted it a million times. And so like I called IT and it's like, all right, bring it in, buddy. So I come in and they're like, oh, hey man, this computer is like ancient because I've had it since 2019. And they're like, okay, we're about to swap this out. And I was like, okay, I guess. And so like I'm in the office all day basically. Also got to talk to a friend of the show, Renetta Matt. So she says hi. But I'm upset because my new computer is like really fast. And so normally on my old computer, when I would log in for work, it'd take a good like 20 minutes before like it's ready to go. Like the minute I put in my password on the home screen, it loads into Windows and it's just ready to go. And I'm like, nah, no, we can't be coming to work.
Nah,
we can't be working this quick.
They like get your ass to work. All right, nothing's logging in and wait 20 minutes. Nah, they was like, okay, we about to make this efficient. I don't hear no delay. Get to work.
I usually wait until it's time for me to start work to log in. I'm like, look, man, I can't like my computer, but like I'm like this thing.
It's like, nah, we having none of that.
This thing just ready to go, and I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all.
See, they heard all that stuff. Get your ass to work, all right?
So thanks, HP. Dell had my back.
Crying.
Dell was for the people.
So now everybody else is like, okay, so that's the type of computer I need to get, the one that starts off immediately.
Right. Oh, employees don't want that.
Well, then they need to send us some ads so we can continue promoting how good they are.
All right. All that takes us to this week's discussion of Into the Woods.
Into the woods, to see the kitty, to sell the cow, to see, to sell, to get, to bring, to make, to lift, to go to the festival into the woods.
Children may not obey, but children will listen. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen.
Into the Woods intertwines the plots of several Brothers Grimm fairy tales, exploring the consequences of the characters' wishes and quests. All right, so Amanda, you are our first timer here. So why don't you tell us, since you are familiar with like Broadway and all that stuff, have you seen this show? Have you seen the movie? Before we actually get into like your thoughts on what you saw tonight.
Yes, I have. I saw the movie, I saw the revival, and now I have seen the official pro shot. So yeah.
Okay, so what did you think of the pro shot?
Okay. I think it is the best version of the story. I think it's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now there's some things that I would like switch out with the revival.
Yeah.
Nothing I would switch out with the movie. The movie
It's
is
trash. Well, it's not trash, but it's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. But the pro shot was really, really good. It took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. For some reason, I was just like, Into the Woods, whatever. I'm familiar with the story, whatever. But then you watch it and it's like, oh, it is so good.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound kind of lame, but I cried at the end of Act 2.
Hey, I cannot tell you how much I love that song, The Reprisal, when they're like, children children will listen, but they may not obey.
Yeah.
And like, especially as a parent, like that hits me so hard, because it's like my daughter just, and we paid for tubes. We spent $3,000 on tubes for that little girl. I know you can hear me. And I'm just saying all this shit, and it's just like she not responding. But then I turn my back, and then she started doing it. I'm like, okay, little asshole, okay. But no, it's like, yes, I'm with you. But also, it's like, I don't know if I've kept it on the show, but like, I love the original version of this show. Like, the rival's good, but there's elements in this version that I love. Like, I love that they bring the narrator into the story.
Yeah. So that was present in the revival too. They didn't really do that with the movie. The movie didn't have the narrator as an actual character, which I think kind of messes things up like towards the second act. But yeah, I just it's so good. Like, dare I say perfect. It is great. So good. So good.
Yes. So I just want to say this, and then you can go, Matt. So like, my thing is like, I appreciated this version, like this kind of like recording of a musical, because I feel like outside of a bootleg, this is as close as it's going to feel to like how it would actually be on stage, as opposed to like what we saw that recording of Broadway. They did that for TV. So like, you ham it up slightly different than you ham it up on stage, because like a lot of like Broadway productions, they're really fucking silly. Like, they had like those silly bits where it's like, you can tell like that night the actor wanted to do something a little extra, or some things feel like they weren't in the script. Like, and I want to say, or I guess it had to have been Act 1, when Cinderella's running and she slips. Like, that felt like it wasn't supposed to happen. You know, like, it's just like little things like that. Or like when Bernadette Peters is the witch and she does like some extra shit with the broom, where it's like, you just decide to do that in the moment, you know. But
see, that's why live theater is so good.
yes. Also, mistakes, and also people can get hurt. But Matt, what did you think of Into the Woods?
I did not like it at all. We know that I do not like musicals. I did not like this at all. But I will say that let me give props to the witch. What was her name?
Bernadette Peters.
She was a star of this. She was a star of this. Like, whenever she was on, she was captivating. I don't know any other words to say that, but like, whatever star is, she was whenever she was on stage. I feel honestly, this shit is too long. Honestly, why do we need the second part or the third act or whatever? Once they resolved all the issues, to me, all that the last part was unnecessary.
Well, that's the point, because the the first song of Act 2, like, what happens after Happy Ever After, right?
Right, and I did not like none of that. None of that. Like, it's like, I feel like this is like a baseball game. I wouldn't watch a baseball game on TV, but I would love to be there live. And I feel like watching this it's not entertaining for me watching this on TV, but if I was there live, I would enjoy it so much more. Even as somebody like who's admitted, I do not like musicals. But if I was there live, I would have enjoyment. And this was a chore to get through. Like I texted Chad through the middle of this is like, I love you like a brother. I fucking hate you for this. And the only other musicals we did so far, as I remember, we done SpongeBob. Is SpongeBob was okay. Like it was okay.
Well, I mean, that was a version for television, so like some songs were cut.
Right. So okay. So going forward, maybe I need a cut version of these musicals because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this, and then everything work changed later at a lead. But I'm like, how long is this? They was like 2+ hours. I was like, damn, this is like a full-blown movie.
You know what's funny? I'm thinking you probably would hate Hamilton then, because Hamilton is even longer than Into the Woods, I think.
And it's straight singing.
Oh, no.
And it's straight singing.
Yeah. Oh no, I will hate that. I like no.
To stay on track with the themes of the song, it's not my fault. It was her fault. I gave Amanda several different options for tonight.
But I mean,
I know
it's okay. But I want to reiterate this. What was the witch's name?
Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peterson. I don't know what else you've been in. I don't know how famous you are.
Brandy Cinderella?
Everything. She's been in so much. She is like super fucking famous.
Okay, so in my bubble, you are not famous to me. But I will give you props. You are doing your thing out there. And if you putting in that effort that you put in this, because to me, honestly, she carried this for me. If she wasn't in there and it was like a lackluster actress, I mean, I still would watch it because it's for the show, but it would have dragged it down immediately. She carried this. I was happy, like towards the end, when they show at the intro or outro where they show like each character and they saved her for like the last. I was like, okay, y'all on the same page as me. She carried this thing, and I appreciate that. So, I'm not saying I'm gonna watch any of her other stuff, but if she was in some things, I'd be more inclined to watch her because she was on it, and I appreciate that. Somebody who doesn't watch musicals, I know she did her damn thing in this.
So the role of the witch, that you are doing that to ham it up. So in the first revival in 2002, Vanessa Williams played the witch.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then you won't know this person, but in 2012, Donna Murphy played her. She played Mother Gothel in Tangled.
Mm-hmm.
And she is fine as fuck too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then in 2022, Heather Headley played her. But when the Into the Woods came to St. Louis, she was the witch. So she was on the touring too. Heather Headley's a black woman. I can't off the top of my head.
From the
he wouldn't know that.
You're not gonna know. Okay. Well.
So I'm trying to think like what's some stuff she's been in that you might know. But she's a black lady.
She's gonna
so okay, as Broadway connoisseurs as you guys are, am I overreaching on her abilities, or is this normal for a lead person in this situation?
Well, Bernadette Peters is famous for a reason, but like I'm just saying, like the role of the witch, like she basically set the standard for what every person after that has to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. She's a gold in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while I agree that Bernadette Peters did her fucking thing, Joanna Gleason, the baker's wife, I fucking loved her. I loved how
that's my number two. That's my number two.
I loved how all in she was like, look, if we gotta fucking kill somebody to get these things, we gotta kill somebody, all right?
Yes. I absolutely loved her. It's so funny because like in the revival, who played? It was Sarah Bareilles who
Yes.
played the
in the most
Baker's
recent.
wife.
But actually, right now, Stephanie J. Block's playing her, which I
Oh.
was like, yeah, but
Well, she's
her,
probably amazing too,
but also her husband is playing the baker.
which is perfect. Absolutely
Exactly. Yeah.
perfect. What?
I'm sorry, these are the theater people, man. But also, I'm looking at the list, and like Sutton Foster played her as well as Amy Adams.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it would have been cool
Amy Adams.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see her. Yeah.
And Neil Patrick Harris at one point played the baker.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
yeah. I think
so, has there's a
great.
movie of this, right?
Yeah, it's an all-star cast.
It's
So the
not
question-
as good though, in my opinion.
It's not.
Okay, so then that's my next question: is why was the suggestion to watch this one versus the movie? But I can see because it's not as good.
Well, not just that. Well, because like this is like the theater version, the stage version.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Insider Baseball, I gave her 3 options. I gave her this version of Into the Woods. I gave her the option of Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd. And the third option I gave her was Noises Off, that one where they're making the stage production. It's got Christopher Reeves. I showed you the trailer.
Mm-hmm. So I guess what made you choose this one now out of those options?
Me, because I saw the movie, I saw the revival, and I never saw the pro shot. So
okay,
it's a good way to compare between all of them.
But
so
I'm gonna run down a few people that were in the movie version. So you had Anna Kendrick playing Cinderella, James Corden played the baker, Emily Blunt played the baker's wife. Let's see, Meryl Streep was the witch, which you can tell she had so much fun.
Yeah.
Also there's a line
Meryl Streep or
Goat.
Now you had to pick Meryl Streep or the other one.
Meryl Streep or Bernadette Peters, essentially.
Bernadette Peters every day.
We're going, but Meryl Streep was really good. She was good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like an addition they made in that in her intro song when she's explaining what happened to the baker, and she has a line in the movie, a line that says, "Your father was no father, so why should you be?" And I was like, that's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
You had Johnny Depp playing the wolf, and I fucking love this man so much. Cinderella's prince, Chris Pine.
I'm not gonna lie.
He
was
has the
so
look
good.
because he had the beard and stuff. It wasn't too. It was the faded beard. Like the man was ready. Mm-hmm. He was ready.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I thought that in this production, Rapunzel's prince kind of looked like Chris Pine a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. He's also blonde-ish, kind of, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I watched it with my son, and I was like, we was like, he looks like the prince from Frozen.
Okay.
That's funny.
Okay.
But yeah, any final thoughts before we move on, gang?
I want to reiterate how good she was. What's her name? Sorry, I forgot her name.
Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters. Peters or Peterson?
Peters. Bernadette Peters.
I hope the best for you in life. I hope you get more stuff.
She's doing all right.
She's doing amazing.
It's like me telling this to like something like Halle Berry. I'm like, I wish you do more in life. But no, I'm familiar with your work. I appreciate what you doing, and I only wish you the best in your everything you do. Because this is my introduction, and you was amazing in this.
So I'm just looking at I'm still looking at the overall cast list. In the first Broadway revival, the Giant's wife was that all that dialogue was pre-recorded by Dame Judi Dench, M from 007. Then in 2012, Glenn Close, and then in 2019 it was Whoopi Goldberg. So just very random.
Yeah.
But yes, I like to reiterate. I did like how they incorporated the narrator later on into the story.
So it's funny you say that, because when I saw the revival, that was my biggest critique. I thought that involving the narrator kind of undermined everything. Now, let me explain. Before seeing the revival, my only point of reference was the movie. And in the movie, the narrator wasn't involved. So seeing that in the revival was just like, what are they doing? This is horrible. But then it also, so I had this thing, right, called the second act syndrome, where like the second act kind of like drags. So I felt
Yes.
like his part, right? That's like present in like every single show that you see.
Well,
Loki.
I don't feel that so much here, but have you seen Anything Goes?
No.
The first act is amazing and so much fun, and it's like got that whole I forget what it's called, comedy of errors, where like people think they're other people. But in by the end of the first act, it's almost wrapped up. And in the second act, they like, shit, we gotta fill 45 minutes. Let's just keep doing songs. Just no story, just keep doing songs, like we gotta fill this time. And I'm like, I'm ready to go because I'm not having fun anymore.
Right, it sucks. And the second act syndrome is so palpable in the revival, because it's like, bro, you could have just like cut that, make it a little bit tighter. In the pro shot, it was tight, like everything was so succinct, like it worked so beautifully that I was just
Wait,
like,
when you say pro shot, what do you mean?
oh, the version that we saw.
So a pro shot is when the theater records a production and releases it,
Okay.
as opposed to a bootlegger.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I prefer the pro shot always. But but yeah, it just flowed so much better that thinking about the revival now, it's like, what happened? What happened?
Why did they make those changes?
Yeah, why did they make the changes? Why did they drag the second act? Like, I didn't appreciate that. But yeah, it's funny you say that.
Yeah, okay. So trivia is gonna be it's gonna be there's no big trivia question, but I do have a Rotten Tomatoes for you guys. So I want you guys to tell me the audience score of this pro shot with 5,000 reviews, 5,000 ratings, 1 to 100.
100.
Don't pick 100.
Right.
Less than 100, guys.
Now I'm gonna take my bias of musicals out of this. I want to assume this is a popular thing. I will go with an 80%.
94.
Yes, you're right.
Really?
Amanda, 94.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Right on the money. All right, so there's no trivia question this week, but we do have 3 bits of just trivia I want to throw out there. So the first one is Chip Zion, I think that's how you say his name, who originated the role of the baker, took on the role of the mysterious man, aka the baker's father, in the 2012 Central Park production. Danielle Freeland, who originated Little Red Riding Hood, moved up to the role of the baker's wife in the 2012 Baltimore production. Lastly, Into the Woods contains characters from many different fairy tales. An early draft contained the characters of Rumpelstiltskin and the 3 little pigs, which were cut, though the pigs were restored briefly in the 2002 revival. I don't know anything about that.
Rumpelstiltskin would have been interesting.
Right, but like what? I mean, I guess they could have came about him in the woods. Somebody.
Yeah, or like
anything can happen in the woods.
Yes.
right.
Matt, will you kiss me?
Hey, anything happens in the woods.
That's right. Also, I like how they just like, you know what? These princes ain't shit. He just fucked the baker's wife.
Right. And I was like, and then at the end, where right after that scene, she dies, and then he's like, oh, whatever. I was like, oh, she ain't shit. After everything that happened, she gonna allow this man not only kiss her once, he kissed her like 8, 9, 10 times.
He kissed all in all sorts of places.
Right,
exactly.
But Amanda, please plug your page.
Oh, yeah. So you guys can follow me you can subscribe at the Theater Maven on YouTube. And my Instagram is Mandela with an H and an underscore.
Can you spell that out, please? so they got it for Instagram.
Oh, spell it. Yes. MANDELAH _ on Instagram. Like, I forgot how to spell for a second. Like,
right. When you put it on the spot, it's like, I'm not sure how I did this.
So thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weusedtotalkpod@gmail.com. Follow us on YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. It is a thing. We have it. We don't use it, but it is a thing. At We Used to Talk Pod. Follow me on Letterboxd at BOW1213 and Matt at Mr. King 0257. Come back next week when we finally finish our Indiana Jones retrospective with The Dial of Destiny.
And yes, hello, Bernadette Peters. If you ever want to come on this show, we would greatly appreciate it. You did your thing. And like always, I don't know if this is a good episode. I don't know if this is a bad episode. Hold on. I'll redo it. I don't know if this is a good episode. I don't know if it's a bad episode. But whatever you think about it, talk about it at work. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I lost that.
I lost it.
We are tired.
I was like, what? I was like,